That's true. It's me. You're correct. Yeah, you did the
Yeah.
same.
It has been a while. Jesus Christ.
It hasn't even been that long.
I know, but I'm saying like it feels like it's been a while. Like literally, like you said, it's been
A week,
a week
as
exactly.
usual.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Time doesn't exist.
Yeah. Time's fucking mad. Be the difference between a week and then like another week is mad a fucking week. If that doesn't even
Yeah.
make sense, but it makes sense.
No, I know exactly what you're saying. But what is going on, everybody? And welcome to episode number. I think Joe said this to me. It is episode 40 of the Staincast. DL's brightening his light.
Yeah, I'm fucking
Of
playing
course,
around with it.
yeah. I mean, I'm one of your co-hosts, Mr. Stephen E, and with me, as always, Mr. LD.
What's going
How you
on,
doing, pal?
everybody? I'm doing pretty good. What's up, everybody who popped out? Appreciate you guys tuning in today. We got to go on this one of personally one of my favorite movies. This is one of those movies where I'm honestly surprised we haven't done it sooner. I know we've had a pretty full slate with the stuff we've been doing, but like it's just such
This
a
movie's
I
been
just
on the
love it.
schedule for a while. It just
Hmm.
kept getting pushed back because of
Yeah.
either a Marvel project came out that needed to
Yep.
slide into the slot, or we wanted to just push Star Wars up. So it's gotten slid around a lot, but it's time we finally cover it, and it is Zombieland. Um,
Absolutely, and I'm glad we are. Like I said, I'm glad we are fucking tapping into this because this is just one of those movies that um, I don't even want to say it's my childhood. It's just like one of those movies that kind of like makes you where it's like specifically Woody Harrelson's character. Like
love
I
it.
think just
We'll,
yeah, no,
we'll get
I
into
think just
that.
speak. Yeah, just real quick, I was gonna say that. No, actually, yeah, we'll get into it. You're right. There's no
Yeah,
reason to freaking.
yeah. A couple of things we do want to point out ahead of time. Um, the question of the week, I'm sure you guys saw, we did ask topics. We're going to go over the actual answers and stuff later, but we did ask topics that you guys want us to talk about. You know, DL and I just decided we want to talk about more. Like, yeah, movies is fun, but DL, we're so invested in, music and video games and so much other stuff that we want to talk about and want you guys to, to listen to. So we're always open, whether you want to leave comments or just any ideas in the future for that. But another thing is, so we have our schedule planned out until the middle of June, so the middle of next month, and then DL and I are going to go on a little bit of a break. We did the same thing last year when we caught up to the MCU. We decided we're going to do the same thing again this year. Kind of give us a little bit of time, just relax, convene our thoughts, get some ideas that we want to talk to you guys about.
Absolutely, and yeah, it's like you said, like how we. Well, last year, when we came back, we had a whole bunch. We had a fucking massive list of movies that's just running out now. Like, we're going into the stew, and when we come back, we'll have something nice for you guys. That's for sure. You don't got to worry about that. Whether it's changing the format for some of our videos, because I mean, if we start talking about other stuff, the format we use is just going to be obsolete. Like even
Yeah,
for TV shows, our formula
you'll
right now
you'll
is
see
very
when we
movie
cover.
oriented.
Yeah, you'll see when we, because we will be covering a TV show in the near future, as well as giving you a sneak peek of what these other types of videos are going to be like before we go on break. You know, get you guys a little excited, of course, because that's just the way we do. But yeah,
Yee.
stay tuned. Of course, when we come back, we're gonna be coming back swinging, and don't be afraid that, and don't worry, I should say, because during that time frame, that gap, we still will be posting weekly and getting you guys, what you want to hear, spitballing some ideas that we have towards you guys, trying to get feedback as we always do. Anything else I need to mention before we get into the movie?
I don't think so. I think that was that's the base that we wanted to cover because we already asked them last week about for the question of the week, and now we're telling them now about the hiatus and stuff. So yeah, I feel like that's in terms of updates. That's really about it.
Cool. All
I
right. So
mean,
then,
if we wanted to do new content, I mean, there isn't really much. What did we see
did you finish
recently?
Survivor? Did you
No,
finish
I
Survivor?
haven't. I haven't finished that yet.
Okay.
I'm not, I wouldn't even say I'm that far in. What is it, like a 20-hour game, probably 25 hours?
Where are you at? Because that'll give me a basic. Because I finished the game in 2 days, so I know. I just know based on like
Uh,
what is the
I
most recent
just
thing.
s- I had the option to either go to like the moon base or go to like the
Oh, you're
specific
early.
temple.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Like I
You're
said, I'm
you're
not
about
even halfway through it.
you're around. You're almost halfway. You're almost
Yeah,
halfway.
and I'm kind of just like it's so much more open world than the previous games. Like I find myself like I keep getting smoked by it, but there's this like fucking like droid camp or whatever it is, like with one of the raiders, like they have a camp, and then you fall through the floor, and it's like that disgusting fucking monster in the bottom. I don't even know if
Mm-hmm.
you've seen that thing. It's fucking hideous, and they gave me
No, I've
problems
seen
in the first game. It's like sister, it's like brother of like or whatever the fuck it is.
that. Organa
Oh
or whatever it is called.
yeah, fuck that thing. I hate those things, and I died, and then I quit out of the game. So that's where we're at right
Understandable.
now.
Yeah, I beat it. Whenever DL does finish it, that I think is like our first video game on the docket to talk about because I don't know about you, but I loved it, and I know
Yeah.
I'm sure you're enjoying it so far. And once you beat the story and we can actually talk about it more, I'm excited to pick your thoughts
Hmm.
and your brain.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, I just enjoy. It's not easy following up
no.
with a sequel for a game that's already like I'm not gonna say it's perfect because obviously it had like its movement. It had some shortcomings for sure, but like overall, a very solid game. Like there isn't like much things besides like gameplay mechanics that I would say that I like got me tight about the game. Like it's a very good game.
No,
The first one,
Fallen Order is a fantastic game, and it's honestly what up
yeah.
there is one of the best canon Star Wars stories.
Yeah, like it's so great. Like all the characters are really enjoyable and stuff like that. So it's like when you see the sequel, I was expecting it. Like I mean, it's risky. It's so difficult to follow up a bit almost flawless game, and they just made everything better. The movements super fluid. I have to say this: nothing but love for games that sequels that don't make you re-earn the same abilities or do the
Yes,
same stuff you did in
yes,
the.
bro.
That's like
I
an
was
underrated
so
thing that I
happy.
feel
I
like
was
when
so
I already
happy. Like
have my pull, I'm like, oh my god, thank God I don't have to do that shit again. And then all the
yeah.
different stances. The stances is literally game changing. Like it's crazy how you can just change the way you hold a lightsaber, and all of a sudden, like you're playing a different game. It feels like it. At
Mhm.
least the combat.
No, absolutely, and that's one thing I did enjoy. Like the one of my favorite things is you in the first tutorial, like hour, you relearn everything from the first game,
Yeah, exactly. And it has
which
this little cutscene in the beginning of the game. It's literally exactly what God of War did from 2018 to 2023, 2022 when it came out. Where like it's like, all right, if you want to, if for anyone who didn't play the first game, first of all, I don't know why you would.
what is your problem? Yeah, what is your
Yeah,
problem?
exactly. But it's like if you want to recap because you haven't played it in a while because it is an older game. What is it, like 2018 or something like that? I
18,
think.
18,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
18,
it's like, all
5 years.
right, so here's a quick little refresher for you, but you're keeping all of your stuff. Like you have all the fucking movement, all the stuff you had at end game is still there.
Yeah,
Like,
you start off with the dual blade, you get your pull, your
hmm
slow down, your
yep.
push, um,
And you can
like
change the color of your lightsaber a lot, or like
right
literally
away. Yeah.
from the jump, which is I don't know why that wasn't in the first. It's one of those things where it's like you don't really think about it when it's like, all right, why would we not give that to them? And then now you have it. It's like, all right, this should always be in the beginning of the
It
game.
made
Like,
sense story wise because it was Jarl to Paul's saber, and then Cal
oh,
built his
okay,
own saber, so
true.
it made sense story wise in the first game, and then I don't know about you, but I just made my saber match from the last game.
I kind of just I
Not
kind of
not design wise, color wise, not design wise.
no, yeah,
Like
yeah. I use the tan one. I like the fucking like earth colored one. That shit fire. I
I
forgot what
use
it's
purple.
called specifically. Yeah, I mean they're all so nice. Like the game is a freaking
You unlock more when you beat the game too. I won't
ooh.
tell you what they are yet, but you unlock more.
Yeah, like if I had any complaint about the game, it's not the customization for anything. The fact that you can
There's
customize Cal's facial hair, his actual hair, it's like
his
it's
entire
so.
outfit, the entirety of
Mm-hmm,
BD1, the entirety of your
mm-hmm.
gun, the entirety of your lightsaber.
Yeah, no, it's just exactly what you needed. Like you don't need some crazy overhaul for the mechanics and the gameplay. It's like this mechanics are already super fluid. There's no reason. So it's just nice that they literally spent the last couple of years just making customization options because it greatly increases the replayability of the game when you could be like, all right, I'm gonna play this entire game with the dual stance, fucking with the dual blade stance. And it's like, all right, I can come back and use the heavy one, like the crossguard one. It's like
Well, I love the
completely
cross
different
guard
friggin'
saber.
this is a
Completely
completely
different
different
feel.
like yeah, exactly, completely different loop that you're in, like well, whatever it is, regardless. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
well, I
I
mean,
love that. I'm having a great time with the game.
yeah, it's great. I'm
I just
excited
wish
for
it
when we
wasn't
actually get
$70, but that's not fucking
that.
that
Yeah, that's
problem.
besides the point. We'll talk about that more when, like I said, when we have the actual full episode for the game,
Yep.
because that 100% is going to come in the future. Don't you worry.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It has to. We could literally
We
just cover
probably will
both
talk
of
about
them.
both games in one.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it, but
Yeah.
we'll figure that out ourselves. I think it's time that we finally just tap into Zombieland, the movie
Yeah,
we all came
absolutely.
here to talk about. DL had to lean in.
Yeah, I got the fucking that merch. You can just see our
Yeah,
fucking
you got the
heads on
merch
either side
on.
of the mic.
That's weak.
Yeah, I mean, let's fucking jump right into it. I love this movie, and this movie's so short too. So anyone
It's
who's listening
I
to
did
this
not
right now,
realize it was only an hour and a half.
expect a short episode. You guys are getting out early. We're letting you guys out half day
Yeah,
today. So
because you don't get released when the bell does. You get released when
yeah,
we say
exactly.
you.
We release you guys. So we're gonna give you a half day today because this movie's only like an hour and something. So
I think it's
jumping
hour
into
27.
yeah, something like that. Literally, like you can have TV show finales that are as long.
Around the same.
Uh,
Yeah.
mhm,
But DL, I'm sure I know the answer to this question, and I'm sure
no,
it's probably the exact same for both of us.
yeah,
But tell me about Tallahassee.
no, I fucking love Tallahassee. Everything about him, like he's
He's me right now.
he's
He's
just
just
the
me right
he's
now.
just the embodiment of chaos. It's like he's like even when he first meets Columbus and he just kicks the bike over like when he first meets him, like it's just there's so much to his character for no reason. Like for a comedy movie, these characters are like surprisingly have a surprising amount of depth to them. Like at least Tallahassee and Columbus. I think the two girls,
Columbus.
they're more of just like kind
Flat
of
tone
like
character.
yeah, exactly. But like for the two of them for comedies, like especially Tallahassee, and that's why I like him the most. It's like that whole uh arc, the whole like
Epiphany.
scenario you have going on where like Columbus thought that his puppy was the person he was talking about. Then all of a sudden it's like this is his kid
It's his
he's talking
kid.
about. Like it's like surprisingly touching and like uh heartwarming for a comedy. It's like I've complained till I'm blue in the face about how much I don't like comedies for good reasons too. But this one is just kind of just the complete exception. Like there's not the it has some moments where it's like okay we're dragging this joke on, but that's every comedy. So I can't fault
Yeah.
this one specifically. But Tallahassee is a bad fucking man. Let's see if I have any. I mean, when we get into quotes, all my quotes are from him.
Arcs from
Uh,
Tallahassee. Yeah.
yeah, he's.
I mean,
Let me
I,
see
I
if there's
agree with you
something
100%.
specific. You can go.
I agree with you 100% because like you said, the finding out that the dog like wasn't actually his dog, it's his son,
Mm-hmm.
and then seeing the emotion behind it. But then just like one of my favorite moments is just when he locks himself in that fucking cage and just starts firing off in all directions at the
Yeah,
fucking
that shit's
zombies.
fire. And I love his whole
Like,
quest for Twinkies. His whole Twinkie quest thing was honestly my favorite part of that entire movie because
where's the
the
fucking
movie,
Twinkies?
yeah, it's like goddamn snowballs. He's just so it's just
I hate
especially for
coconut.
Woody Harrelson. For at least me personally, I never really see him as like the comedy guy, like the slapstick humor kind of guy. But he really fucking puts it on for his, and he's got like a fake accent the entire time too. Like he really puts on that fucking character. Like he does a great job. Like usually in comedies, I feel like there is no like you're not going into a character. Like you're just playing yourself. Like that's why most comedians are like universally the same in all
Yeah.
their movies because like they're playing themselves. But it's
There's
interesting
a
with this
reason why
character.
we won't cover a Kevin Hart movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's like sure he's funny. Yeah, he's got good quips and shit. But like, it's the same fucking running joke of him being 5 feet tall. Because I mean,
He's
yeah,
5 feet tall.
yeah, exactly. It's like yeah, it's
Yeah.
funny, but like it wears that its welcome very quickly. At least for me, anyways. I mean, comedy's
No,
the most
I'm in the
subjective
same
fucking
boat.
thing.
I mean, we both feel the same about comedies on that aspect.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, I don't really. That's just Woody Harrelson in general. Woody Harrelson though is a good actor. We saw that in
yeah,
Solo. I mean, not as much in Solo. He was more phoning it in that
yeah. I
just
mean,
getting that Disney paycheck.
he's too
But
good for that. He's too good for that movie.
we'll
It's like
see whenever we do cover fucking Venom 2 because we covered Venom, so we're gonna have to cover Venom 2.
yeah,
Um,
Venom eats Carnage. Need
yeah,
that.
yeah, needed that. But like we'll see. He's still good in that movie. Like he's good
Mhm.
as Carnage. It's just that movie's not good. But
He's
he
just too
just
good of an actor. It's just like you
yeah.
plug in, you just plug in someone who's like just so like out of their depths in the opposite fashion, where it's like he's just so used to I don't know not being a part of like I feel like it's the writing is going to be the constraint, not him. That's
Yeah.
kind of the thing I'm saying. It's like he's so talented. He's just so I mean he's got a friggin' massive friggin' laundry list of things he's been in. Like I'm sure Venom 2 isn't going to be the one where it's like this is his standout performance. Like he's had his time in the spotlight.
Yeah, but I guess then on the other hand, who's your least favorite character? Because I mean, there's only like four in this entire fucking movie.
Yeah.
I guess
So
if I had to give it to one of the group, I'd have to give it to Little Rock personally.
I don't mind Little Rock. I don't really like Emma
I don't
Stone's
mind her.
character.
It's just if I had to give it to one
Yeah.
of them, I'd give it to her because she's the least interesting out of the four.
Yeah, I mean Emma Stone's only interesting because she's hot, but
Well, yeah, but
we're not gonna say that though.
yeah,
But
no,
um, for least favorite, like it's tough because like especially in the comedy, it's like you always have your character. Like these like characters are needed to push the plot along. Like if you just had every character cracking jokes, like this, I mean the story already doesn't go anywhere, and I'm not
no.
mad at that. Like I'm not even being rude. Like I
There is no
actually
story to this
no,
fucking
it's
movie.
like the beginning. There's a little bit of a story him trying to get to Ohio, but then he immediately just throws that shit out the window. So, uh, but I don't know if I'd say least favorite. It's like I'm not even mad at Columbus because I do like his commentary over the movie. I think that's actually very good. I'm not even a huge fan of Jesse Eisenberg.
Heisenberg, yeah.
Yeah, he's all right.
I'm not a big fan of him at all,
Yeah, it's,
especially Lex Luthor.
that's not his fault though. That man's freaking he
He's
can't
that was
help it.
Miscast City. That was
Yeah, exactly.
Miscast
It's
City.
like if someone gives you a freaking $100, you're gonna take it. Like I'm not getting mad at you for taking $100. I'm getting mad at the person giving you the
Giving you the
$100.
$100,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Um, I'd probably just give it to
You know what?
what was
Actually,
that? What was Emma Stone's? I mean, we can give it to Bill Murray for being a fucking idiot.
no, you know who we'll give it to? We'll give it a 406 because she's played
Mm.
by Amber Heard, and fuck Amber Heard.
That's Amber Heard.
That's Amber Heard, and
Oh,
fuck Amber Heard. So we'll give it to
okay.
406. Now that I think about it.
Wow, wow, she changed.
Oh
Holy
yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah.
Wow. I mean, it's also because I'm used to seeing her as Mirror with her fucking red hair.
With
It's like
fucking red,
when you
hair.
change the hair, it's completely fucks up my whole way of seeing her. But I'll just give it to what's Emma Stone's character's name?
Little Rock and fucking oh god, I
It's
just
somewhere in Florida, I think, isn't it?
no,
No.
that's Tallahassee.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Fuck.
hold
God
on, I'm
damn it.
looking it up. I'm looking it
Yeah.
up. I'm looking it up.
I literally have it pulled up in front of me too, and I'm not looking at it.
Wichita,
Wichita. Ah, yes.
Wichita.
Okay.
I knew
Uh,
it was something fucking ridiculous.
yeah. I'm not even. It's like we said. Like I'm not even mad at any of the four. Like I couldn't like get into a heated debate with anybody about how much I dislike the character. But I mean, she's kind of just she's the love interest, and they really don't care too much for good reason because the movie's an hour and a half long and it's a fucking comedy. So for good reason, she's not really used.
Developed.
Like she's just the damsel in distress. It's like the scene at the end when they're just sitting out there. Oh, there's here to save us. It's like I don't know. Like fucking save yourselves. You're the one who fucking turned on the plate.
Got
Well, then
yeah, got
you
into
got
the
yourselves into the fucking mess. Like get yourself out. But uh that's it. Like I really don't have to hate that much. Her character's
So,
fine.
but I want to bring this up because I was just thinking about it before we move on to make or break moments.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of the sequel that came out 10 years after the original?
Nah. You just said it yourself. Any sequel that comes out 10 years after the fucking movie is not going to be good. I don't care
I'm
who it
glad
is.
we're on the same page. I never saw it, so I don't know.
I saw it and I don't remember it. Let me be the first to say I don't remember it because it was
It was
just it was just a less charismatic version of the first one. It's like you kind of know what you're expecting. Like for comedies, it's like there's a reason why you'd be hard pressed to find any comedy that gets better in the second or third movie because like
You'll be pressed to find a comedy that gets a good sequel at all.
yeah, exactly. Besides Anchorman 2, I just hit my mic. My bad,
Jesus.
Mike. For some reason, I've watched both those movies in very close proximity to each other, like around the same time. For some reason, Anchorman 2 is like 10 times fucking better than Anchorman 1. But that's like the lone exception when it comes to comedies.
I mean, yeah, but you think of something like
Hangover.
yeah,
Like the minute you create a concept and you're in this universe, it's like so I'll give it to them that the zombie universe is pretty interesting, so you could make a decent sequel if
like
you
they
wanted
made
to.
the
But it's
same, but didn't they make like the same story in the first and second movie, pretty much?
like I said, I don't really remember. I just remember it wasn't good. I remember I watched it and I was like, this is just like I said, a less charismatic, less inviting version of the first one. Because the first one, like you can only as soon as you let it out of the bottle, it's like you can't put that shit back in and then
Yeah.
then proceed to let it out again. Like the lightning was already removed. Like the lightning was Tallahassee being a fucking menace. Columbus being like the cool, calm and collected, like loser slash nerd or whatever you want to say.
Being literally every Jesse Heisenberg character.
Yeah.
ever.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. And then the girls, like I said, more just being like the thing that softens up Tallahassee and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's like then you just do another movie and it's like it's also not necessary. I I think when it comes to comedies, the biggest question mark on all of them is this necessary? And it never is.
It never.
It never will be. It's like you
I
want
mean,
these.
why do we have fucking 2 ride along movies?
You could say that for half the fucking comedy. Like I'm trying to think. I mean, what's a comedy that's been absolutely run through the fucking mud? I mean, they're basically all of them.
Jumanji.
Oh my god, bro! I'll never forget. I will never forget when we went to see Tenet. No, not
Uncut
Tenet.
Gems.
Uncut Gems, yeah, and fucking Jumanji was on,
Bro,
bro.
I remember because I was getting out of work. I called you to be like, "Yo, I'm on my way," and you said, "No, we're going back to my house
Yeah, we're done
because
with
they
that.
played Jumanji." I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, that was the. And then they're like, "Oh yeah, anyone who paid with cash, no refunds or whatever." It's like that's fucking tough.
So you all
Fuck
got
the
free
massive.
tickets,
Fuck the
and then you
massive
couldn't use
theater.
them because they shut down like a year later or half a year later because of COVID.
That's just how it be, man. Shit sucks.
Yeah, but anyways, I guess we'll go into make or break moments. Which I mean, break moments. There's nothing really that takes me too out of the movie,
No.
but make moments. There are also like not too many of them. I think that and the whole Bill Murray situation is fucking hysterical.
Fucking Bill Murray.
It,
Shit's so dumb.
it's so dumb, but it works.
Yeah.
So that entire thing is ridiculous, and I love it, and
Mhm.
them destroying the little gift shop or
No,
whatever.
like the reservation, whatever
Yeah,
that was.
yeah,
Yeah, that I love that when he knocked it over. He's like, "Do it again," and then all of a sudden they all just start smoking the place.
yeah. And
I can
it's
imagine. I can
I
imagine
want to
that
do that
feels
so
very
bad.
good. Just
Oh
literally
yeah.
just destroying the fucking
Well,
place.
there's rage room. Like there's actual rage rooms and stuff where you can go and just destroy shit.
Really?
Yeah. There's I don't know if there's one on Long Island, but there's one like 10 minutes from where I'm moving. So when
How
you
am I just figuring out about this now, bro? I could use a rage room, bro.
bro, when you slide to Malta for my birthday, we'll hit up the rage room. It's literally you get to go and you beat TVs, fucking fucking vases, just like you get bats, you get goggles, and you just get to go to fucking town on whatever they have in there.
How have I lived for 22 years and I'm figuring this shit out now?
It's a more recent thing, and there's not
Okay.
many of them. Like
I mean,
it's
it sounds like it's literally pissing away money. It's like you're better off setting the money on fire.
well, you
But I'm
have to pay for it to fucking
yeah,
keep shit. So, but they probably just go to like the dump and get like
hmm
broken TVs and
that's
like a bunch of.
hilarious.
But yeah, it's we'll hit that shit up because that shit's
Yeah,
kind
I'm
of
trying to
mad.
beat the fucking
Bro, I just
piss
want
out
to
of something.
destroy shit.
Yeah, I just want someone to like toss a TV at me and just toy.
Ooh,
Hit that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, but what moments do you have for your makes?
Like I said before, the moment about Tallahassee Sun, I think that was more on like an actual like surprise, like kind
Good
of
scene,
shocker.
yeah.
Yeah, where it's like, okay,
See,
you guys are.
that's one thing about comedies. When comedies have even if it's one moment, but a good like actually good like story beat, like heart pull
Mhm.
like scene to it, that's when like the comedy kind of takes that extra step up because it gives more of like a humanized like I guess
Yeah,
humanized feel to
yeah,
it. Not just fucking motherfuckers making jokes every 2 seconds
yeah.
when they're gonna die.
Especially in this universe that it's set in, where like it's just so sci-fi and so surreal. Like to actually inject like a meaningful like beat, like you said, where it's like but they could have very easily just made this movie a comedy about zombies, and it's like yeah, that's fine. But like they actually decided to be a little bit grounded in a story that's completely lack of besides like anywhere else. Uh, Another, I like the rules. I mean, the opening scene, like when he's kind of like laying it out for you. I think they did a really good job of that. And
I
that's
think
another thing.
the
That's another thing.
concept of doing that throughout the movie too really
Mm-hmm.
like helps.
And that's something that like that can wear its welcome out very fast. And I think that's what I remember from the second one, where they obviously they're trying to keep the commentary going, and it's just not hitting the same way because the first one is just the first one will always be the friggin' it's the example. It's like you're making another one. It's like, all right, it has to be as good as this one or better, or it's not good. Like that's fucking a tough ass fucking critique. Like that's hard to fucking meet that standard.
But also when you're coming out 10 years after,
Yeah, exactly.
I know that I think there was background like stuff where like it got pushed back or they couldn't get the budget or whatever the case may be. But regardless, coming 10 years
Yeah,
after,
no,
like you have so much to live up to
yeah.
that it's
It's like
hard.
it's just by nature. Anything that takes that long to come out is just the intention was like if they wanted that movie to come out like to be a true proper sequel, they could have done it. Like it's Columbia Pictures, I think it was. Like, they're not
I think so.
pressed for fucking cash like that. And
Fucking
I'm sure,
Sony. Columbia
yeah,
Pictures is literally
yeah,
Sony.
exactly. No, that's what I'm saying. It's like they're not pressed like that. If it was an
Fuck
indie
Sony,
film,
by the way.
if it was an indie film and they literally like spent all their money on that movie and like they need to, and like it obviously made a lot of money, I believe it did. So it's like that.
Decent
It's like that they made it back and then they fucking had to like actually start making another movie. But I mean, when you have, let me see how much it makes. Now I'm curious. But regardless, yeah, no, the sequels are just, especially when not to friggin' spin my wheels, but sequels when it comes to comedies are just never,
Never
never need that. Let me see budget versus box office. Another thing I have, I really enjoy 23.6 million budget. Not bad. I also enjoy how they make the zombies as disgusting as they possibly can. 102. Wow, they freaking quadrupled their freaking money. Nice. They try their hardest to every scene that a zombie's in to make them like the most vile, despicable, like
grotesque.
yeah, it's like they're always spitting something out of their mouth. They're always like literally the girl got bit. I didn't realize it was whatever her name
Amber
is.
Heard.
Whatever, fuck her. She wakes up and she's covered in blood. It's like, bro, she got bit like on her. We didn't even see where she got bit. I'm assuming she got scratched or something on her arm or something.
And then
She wakes up and she's covered in blood. It's like, where did this come from? Like, when did this happen? And and it works with a comedy because like I'm not sitting there being like, when did this happen? I wanted to see this on screen. I don't give a fuck.
It
like,
just works.
Exactly, and it works, and that's why. And I don't even want to say there's not enough zombie comedy movies because there certainly is, and there's a lot of like you have Shaun of the Dead's another
more
good.
zombies. More zombies.
I think we're coming out of it now. I think 2010 when you had like The Walking Dead, you had like The Walking Dead kind of put the entirety.
The Walking Dead, World War Z, fucking Shaun of the Dead, this, the Fear of the Walking Dead, because for some reason they had a spin off of that. There's there's so much more.
Yeah, The Walking Dead kind of just like freaking thrusted the zombie genre, and I mean it's the same thing what Marvel did with superheroes. It's literally the exact same fucking thing. And I think we're coming out of it now. I think we're kind of like if a new zombie movie came out, I wouldn't be like, oh, another one. Like we're kind of outside. I feel like there hasn't been a good one since COVID, since like the movie theater shut down. Like I guess
was Train to Busan before COVID.
Oh, that's true. That was a good movie. During maybe 2021. Hold on.
Parasite, I know was
2016.
Oh, that was sorry. So that was before COVID.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like I really don't think there's been like a culture, like a pop culture friggin'.
Yeah, not that I can think of. I don't know if I'm missing one.
I'm sure we are.
Parasite wasn't a zombie movie.
No, Parasite was about freaking the family that got their claws and good movie.
Yeah. Really good movie. It's on HBO Max now.
Max. Coming to Max. Starting May 24th or whatever it is.
Yeah. Oh, fucking obviously The Last of Us.
Shit. All right, but movie then, I'll say.
Movie,
and that's also adapted off of a video game that came out
in the 2010s.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's when it was peaking. Like in that era, as soon as The Walking Dead started making dumb money, everyone's like, "I can make dumb money. I can make dumb money off." Like it's all practical too.
The Walking Dead is still on their final season for like the past 5 years or whatever the fuck.
No way, that shit had to have ended.
No, I don't think it has.
Such a shame too, because Negan is such a fucking bad.
I gotta look that up.
I love Negan. Like
is the series finale.
I could have swore that shit ended recently. There's no way. There is quite literally no way that show is still
okay.
going.
All right, the final episode was November 20th, 2022.
Thank you. No,
but like
it was
that final season was going on for like 4 years.
I mean that's what I said because my mother and and Smoke, they were they took the honorable way. Like, all right, we're already invested 7-8 seasons in or whatever it was. We're just gonna finish it. And I told them, I said, I'm off that.
A Game of Thrones type beat, yeah.
As soon as they didn't kill Negan, spoiler to anyone who didn't see it, whatever.
It's not a spoiler.
Yeah. As soon as they didn't kill his ass, I was like,
I'm off.
Nah. I'm like, nah. It's like, bro, nah. It's like
as soon as they didn't kill that, and then as soon as Rick left and Michonne left the show, I was dumb off.
It's just the same shit that fucking happens with Ellie in Last of Us Part 2, where it's like, now, like out of all the killing you've done, now we're deciding to fucking do the right thing and not. I don't know, man. I fucking hate that. Like, obviously, a story has to end, but the vile shit Negan was up to. Come on, he doesn't deserve to live, and I love him too. He's my favorite character in all of The Walking Dead.
He was out swinging in the season 5 finale season 6 premiere. I think that's what it was, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Wait, or season 4 finale, season 5 premiere.
Yeah,
No, I think it was 5 and 6.
Yeah,
I think
whatever it was fucking literally the best arc in the
He
entire show for
broke
sure.
Rick. Like he broke Rick.
Yeah, exactly. Rick was literally his bitch. Like that shit was.
Story for another time.
Yeah.
We're delving too much into the
But
Walking Dead.
we're still on the zombie. We're still on the right track. But
Yeah, pretty much. Zombies were overplayed for a while.
yeah, absolutely.
Moral of the story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's about it. I was gonna say one other thing. I like the rule where it's like always like never going to bathrooms because the guy got smoked on the toilet or whatever it was. Like you, that was really good.
All the
And of
rules
course,
are fucking weak. You know, do cardio and then they show the fat man run in.
Yeah, exactly. The fatties were the first ones to go in fucking Zombieland.
Tough.
That's just funny.
It
was great.
It would be pretty realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Because if zombies are looking for meat.
Yeah, I think like one of my favorite parts about the movie is just the editing. Like it's a very like indie level editing. I think like especially
you could tell it is very like 2000s esque though.
Mm-hmm. I'm not mad at it though. I kind of like where you have like the stuff where they destroy the place. Like enjoy the little things. Then like that little like CG fucking thing drops down like it was like part of the set or whatever it was. Like this like the title for like the title card for like the enjoy the little things after they destroy the shop. It like falls as part of the other stuff.
Down.
Like.
Yeah,
it's like you said. It's corny, sure. It's early 2000s. It's got early 2000s written all over it, but it's like it's just like I don't even want to say the word campy, but it's just like it hits the spot. It is. Yeah.
It's campy.
It's a Sam Raimi type shit where it's like I don't even think I'd like this if someone else did it, but just in this particular moment at this particular time, I'm fucking with it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I guess then we can move on to some quotes.
I have no breaks, by the way. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any breaks. It's a fucking comedy movie. You got to do something particularly egregious to be in a comedy movie.
We had a couple of egregious breaks when we covered some of the comedies in the past. Not that we've covered many comedies.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's probably why we're covering them, though, because they're fucking egregious.
Yeah, true.
Quotes, the whole the double tap. I just love that entire fucking thing. Like, I got nothing but love for the double tap. I say it in every zombies movie, every movie of that caliber, you always got a double tap. And I appreciate it.
Bro, even fucking Thanos double tapped Cap in the Endgame final battle.
And Thor.
Yeah, and Thor.
He be double tapping everybody because like you said, you fucking have to. But that's funny as hell. Oh yeah, I love the scene when he's like, when they go into that store because he's looking for the Twinkie, and he's like, he goes freaking full rage, whatever, like, paraphrasing, like full rage mode on the zombies when he kills them. Like he sets the standard on not to be fucked with, or however he said it.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You got a purty mouth," and he fucking beats him over the head with the fucking guitar or whatever that was. And then he's like, "Hold on." He's like, "Big house," and he's got the clippers.
The clippers, yeah. Time to nut up or shut up. That's a classic line.
Yeah, that shit's fire. I fucking love all the scenes. Like I said, anything that involves Tallahassee, I'm fucking with.
I hate coconut. Not the taste, but the consistency.
Yeah. It's just his character's too nuanced for a fucking comedy. Like there's too much going on with his character. Another scene I love is when he's I'm not really good at goodbyes, so that'll do, pig. He's like, that's the worst goodbye I've ever heard, and you stole it from a movie. Hilarious. And it's all in the delivery too, because like if Woody it's like I think that's why comedies are so wishy-washy for me, is because it's so like the actor's doing all the work. Like there is no like, just pull the camera back and just let the people to see the scene, and then they kind of draw their own. It's a fucking comedy movie. You got to be close to your characters. You got to have them fucking always talking, whipping off one-liners and stuff. So it's difficult, but like I said, Woody Harrelson just falls fucking gracefully on his feet every time.
Yeah. Where are you, you yellow, spongy, delicious bastards?
Oh my god! And then of course at the end he has to shoot the fucking box of Twinkies.
Yeah. Not the Twinkies. Twinkies are fucking ass, man.
They're alright. I don't like or dislike them. They're more just like, if someone throws a Twinkie at me, I'll feast on it if I need it. Another one is the Bill Murray where he's like, "Mr. Murray, do you think you'll pull through?" And he looks directly at fucking Columbus. He's like,
no. And then he has that super extended fucking
he's like,
growl that he needs the breath for.
So stupid. And the chemistry is just really good between these characters, and I think I mean, maybe that's another thing. Like I said, I don't remember the second one, but I feel like the chemistry was off too. I think they had new characters that were not
They did have, I believe, if I remember the trailers, they had new characters besides just the core four.
soft.
Yeah, you know, core four, fucking Scream 6. That shit was kind of
Yeah,
mid. It
give
was
me
better
two.
than Scream 5, though.
No.
You don't think
No.
so? You think the one
No,
with
that
Jack Quaid? Well, the end. All right, the ending of Scream 6 was fucking ridiculous. Absolutely fucking
the
absurd. Did
fact
not
that
make sense.
everyone just coming out of the war being like, "We got a pulse." I'm like, this is literally me when they screamed, "We got a pulse!" to the guy who got stabbed by
That like
two people.
27 times was
Yeah,
pulled through. Look, you want to know why he survived? Because he got to lay pipe in the third movie to fucking Jenna Ortega. That's why he survived. That shit got me tight. That shit did get me tight. But that's why he pulled through. Because the only thing in his brain was, if I die right now, I can't fuck Jenna Ortega.
he's like a Sith Lord. It's instead
Yeah,
of hate, it's lust.
lost.
He's like, I need that. um, yeah, no, that movie goes like, I'm not mad at horror movies that go off the rails, a la fucking Evil Dead. Like, I'm not mad when they're just like, fuck it.
But that
They,
one goes a little off.
it's just like you can't the biggest mistake is when you have deaths being like plot conveniences where it's like, oh, this character has to go, so now all of a sudden someone getting stabbed is actually going to kill them. Fuck that, because you just had someone get stabbed 100 times. Like, we got a pulse. It's like, as soon as I saw that, I was done with that movie. I wanted
I
nothing
also
more to
I
do
also
with it.
love the line where fucking Gail in the beginning, she's like, Sydney's not coming, like she
No,
took
yeah,
that, and I'm like, nah, you motherfuckers just
just
didn't want
want
to
to
pay
pay
her
her,
enough.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
fucking
they're paying their money to literally fucking stand there and dump plot. It's like you could pay anybody to do that, and
yeah.
she
But
wasn't even that. She's not even that good of a character. Like, none of these characters are that good.
no, but
It's just,
regardless,
it's nostalgia only.
we'll move on to Yeah, which I mean, I don't fuck. It's a ridiculous comedy movie. I don't really have any Yeah,
The, the only one I had is them smoking the Hummer at the end, like when the zombies were up on the car and they just drove the Hummer into the water instead of, like, like brake checking them or driving into something. But
Yeah, yeah. I
that's
mean,
not. It was
that's
more.
just
It
that's
was more
just
of
me
just
not
like,
thinking.
yeah, it's more of just like me playing zombie games where it's like a car is like the most important fucking thing you need in the zombie apocalypse. So
Did you just say a cockalope?
yeah, shout out Yodi Slayer. He's dummy alive. But like, just from me, just from like seeing, like, I don't know, just from like watching movies, playing games, all that stuff. It's like getting rid of a car like that is like just a fucking such a head shake where it's like, oh
Yeah, but I guess it doesn't matter in shows in something like fucking Zombieland.
no, they just be finding cars with fucking duffel bags full of fucking SMGs and fucking shotguns. Like, it don't matter. That's another scene where he's like take your time, and he's just blowing off steam, smoke, and everything, just dumping bullets. God bless Woody Harrelson.
I guess now that we're past that, though, I think we know what time it is.
Sure, yeah. So we're now tapped into the thirsty moment of the movie. In case anybody wasn't sure.
In case you weren't aware, Emma Stone is in this movie.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, and that eyeshadow is. Ooh.
Ooh, Emma Stone is in this movie. Emma Stone is a bad woman.
Yeah. She
When she's the thirsty moment.
Absolutely. I don't have.
Just her being in the movie.
Yeah. I don't have like a particular thing because this isn't like some freaking. Unfortunately, it wasn't some like
Rated R.
where they can really just play around with what they do. Like, the best we got was like a kiss between her and Columbus, and that was like that's it. So I guess I'd give it to. I don't want to give it to her because fuck her, but I mean she's not bad looking. What's her
Yeah.
name?
Emma Stone.
No, the other one, the one from the beginning, 406.
Amber Heard.
Yeah, it's like she's not bad looking. Like, obviously character issues and being a fucking crazy aside, she's not a
Shitting
bad.
on Johnny Depp's bed.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess if we had a honorable mention, sure, why not?
Yee. But I guess then it is time to go into the question of the week. As usual, every Saturday-ish, we take to the Instagram at the Staincast to ask you guys a lovely question. As I said in the beginning of this episode, this week we asked you guys what you wanted us to cover in the future. Movies, books, comics, fucking whatever the case may be. And we did get some responses, not as much as we got last time. which
Pussies.
yeah, exactly. So first off, Mr. CMO Ho, he said Chet's been looking kind of cute lately.
Did he actually say that?
That's word for word what he would. Like,
I,
you
I,
could look at
I,
it yourself.
I guess I didn't read it. I thought I read this shit. Let me take a look. Oh yeah, look at that.
Chet's been looking kind of cute lately. I guess we could talk about that at some point in the future. Mr. Sean Tudor, he said Breaking Bad, which we have discussed. That is something that we
Absolutely.
do. That is something that we want to tap into.
Yeah.
We just have to figure out how we want to do it.
No. I say the when is like it's like the how and when are the most important part. I mean the how is really the most important part because I mean
If we knew how, we would cover it yesterday.
It's just so difficult trying to, especially a show like that. That's just so many moving parts. Like even side characters have like exactly like it's such a freaking
yeah. So like we said, we're testing the waters with The Last of Us in a couple weeks, and we're gonna go from there on how we're gonna tweak our TV shows and everything like that.
Because it's not gonna be easy. Like Last of Us one season, that's fine, but
exactly. So we'll figure that out. But Breaking Bad, trust me, is on the short list to come up very soon. As soon as we figure that out. Mumbarilla said Aaron Rodgers, which Deal and I were discussing beforehand. We'll talk about sports. Like we're probably going to talk about like the Super Bowl and football season when that comes around and stuff like that.
Football season,
soon.
My
Couple
life
more
will
months.
be freaking. My life has had a hole in it. I'm just thinking about friggin' how shit the Jets are and the parlays.
Need parlay season. We got to have a weekly segment based to our parlays.
We gotta have a weekly segment dedicated to Mum's parlays.
That's
see
true.
how much you lose. We gotta get the running cap. Like guys, Mum
is
now a negative $130, and it's week 1. Mom's already fucking half a grand down in the hole in week 2. Also, quick little sidebar, Sean. If you haven't, Mr. Tudor, if you haven't seen Better Call Saul, and I'm sure you love Breaking Bad since you recommended it, watch that shit, son.
I do have to tap into Better Call Saul. Now that it's all on Netflix, I'm gonna get into that.
Yeah, so give it a chance. It starts off slow.
I heard it's very slow in the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. It starts off slow until you start getting to more Breaking Bad. Like they go. It's like if I had to describe it's like Breaking Bad. It's like Breaking Bad goes, and then Better Call Saul starts before it, and it ends after it. It's like there's a lot. There's a lot going on with it, but watch that shit if you want. I mean, it's just Vince Gilligan and friggin' forgot the other guys. They're legitimately mastercrafts at creating characters.
Yeah. So, Max said COD, and I'm not. No. COD is
I'm sure it will certainly be
brought up
for reference, exactly, because it's such a fucking fall from grace, and it used to be. It was my favorite game growing up. I won't lie saying that.
Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3.
I played way too much Call of Duty. I have like fucking 40 days in Black Ops 3, and I'll freaking say that proud. I'll say that proudly.
Oh my god!
I play those games a lot, so I'm about as experienced as any person to say fuck COD.
Yeah. So we won't be talking, but that does bring up to our next one, Raph, who says that he said he needs video games, any game ever, which we already said we're covering video games.
Absolutely. Video games, we could definitely have a lot more fun with the format too. We could definitely be a lot looser with it because it's more just like
something I have thought about too is I don't know how we could do it, but I know how we could do it, but us playing through a Pokemon game at the same time and then talking about like our team, what we used, battles we had issues with, stuff like that.
Okay. I think we could play around with it. Maybe even like. For say like something like Jedi Survivor, we could have the game playing. Like one of us could be like playing it in the background, and then we could just be chatting about it. I don't know if that makes sense. Like we don't have to do it. It's more just like spitballing, kind of like, all right. It would be cool to have the game that we're talking about, even if it's a little bit like I don't know, just an idea. I was just thinking about.
So Jacob has a capture card that he doesn't use anymore.
AJ has one that he also doesn't use.
So I was gonna snag Jacob's from him.
And I was gonna snag AJ's from him.
So we're all right. I see where we're going.
AJ, I don't know. I think it might be for the PS4 though. So
Jacob's is for anything.
I'm not sure. I think AJ is the Elgato. I think it's the HD60. I'm not sure.
And you could use that with anything.
Okay. Oh yeah, because you can use that for PCs and shit. Yeah, you're right.
So I was saying if we did the like Pokemon, we could we could record some of our battles and then edit it into the video.
Ooh.
Mhm.
I mean, that would definitely be a little, and that's why I kind of like the idea of like kind of taking that hiatus, because like we can reorient ourselves, and it's like even if it takes a little bit longer, it's like it's worth the wait. If maybe an episode doesn't come out like every week, like even when we come back, it's like, all right, you guys know when you're watching it, it's going to be higher quality. It's not like we're going to be sitting on our thumbs for 2 weeks. It's like, because that is actually an excellent idea, where it's like, here's a quick little sneak peek. You could even speed it up if you like, if you wanted to, like when we put it over the video of us
Yeah.
talking. Yeah, that's like us beating the champion or something. Eat both of our champion battles, but I'm about to be exposed because I use Switch. I use Switch battle style because I'm a fucking.
Damn, so do I.
Oh, okay, good. It's not just me. I mean, it's. I'm not trying to. It's a fucking kids game. I'm not trying to fucking sweat my balls
but
off.
like we could do like that, and then at the end, like once we beat the champion, we
Mhm.
battle each other and see whose team comes out
Ooh.
on top.
That would be very interesting.
Right.
Mhm.
That would be an episode that we would need like a couple weeks prep for though, because we have to
Yeah.
play through the game and do all that.
Yeah, exactly.
But definitely something good to keep in mind for the future.
Hmm.
But the final answer that we had was Mr. Willie B said Scorpion King, and I'm never watching that movie, so no.
As in the one with Dwayne the Rock, like
Yes, yes.
terrible CGI. I actually like the Mummy too. That's the sad part. That movie, that CGI is just
Awful.
yeah.
Very awful. But thank you guys for those that did respond. Those that didn't, don't be afraid. We will still take answers. You could DM us. You could comment. You can comment on our post. Whatever you want. We do want to know what you guys want to talk about. I mean, Raph already gave us a big one with video games. We had,
Yep.
like we said, we got plenty that we could talk about, and plenty of ideas that we're already spitballing with each other now. So stay tuned for that, and we'll definitely come to you guys more in the future. DL, are we still doing Over Under Critic?
So I have to actually have some good news for everybody. We're back fucking to it. No! No!
Did you lie to me? Did you fucking lie to me?
It was literally the demographic information 5 seconds ago. There's no way. Nah, that's fucking stupid. I'm really upset, guys. I was so excited. All right, so I'm going to do a quick little peek around, see if there's any pertinent information you guys need to know. There isn't. All right.
Wonderful. All right, Over Under Critic, they're cowards. Time for us to get into the only numbers that actually... Where's my notebook?
Gone.
It actually is.
I got an easy one.
I mean, oh Jesus fucking Christ!
My rank is pretty straightforward.
I mean, yeah, it's a fucking comedy movie. Would you like to start us off?
Oh yeah, I mean, I could just freaking do the beginning, middle, and end real quick. Thinking about it. I did this last night right after I watched it. I'm trying to see if I would change anything now that I'm in the moment. Yeah, I'd probably change cinematography. I'm not gonna do that at 3. So I probably have straight 3s except cinematography, which I'd give a 2. Like I think everything.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I can agree with that. No,
It's
do
like
not install software update. What the fuck?
You're installing the bloatware.
Yeah, I mean, rewatchability. Actually, yeah,
It's
yeah,
short.
I'd probably give it a 3. Yeah,
It's short. It's funny, and it's like kind of in
it
that.
still holds up today.
Yeah, absolutely.
The only other thing that maybe story.
Okay.
But
yeah, like I was definitely
the writing makes up for the story at least.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think the whole parody, like not parody, the whole sort of commentary over it is what saves that aspect of it, and the acting, Woody Harrelson is what saves it for me.
Yep.
If I actually, I'll just actually slide through it real quick. So, like I just said, story writing, the commentary is really what does it for me. What gives it at the 3? Excuse me. Acting, Woody Harrelson is fucking amazing.
Chet's getting lost in Jedi Survivor down there. I can hear him.
Originality. This one is kind of a toss-up for me. I'd give it a 3 just because I think the elements that they combined, like I said, the seriousness.
This was also a year before The Walking Dead premiered. Okay. Is when this came out. So that's
something to consider.
Yeah, it's a big thing to consider.
Okay, yes, I'm definitely comfortable keeping it at a 3 then, because I think the whole like rules thing, I think that's something that everyone kind of has always had when they kind of think of like the zombie apocalypse, or just in general. It's just a very simple concept that they did a great job with. Like it's just as simple as like cardio. Then all of a sudden they have that whole scene in the beginning where he's just running around. The cardio thing is still the like the CG fucking thing for it is still clicking or whatever. I think that was great. Rewatchability, movie's an hour and a half long. It's a funny movie. I'm not watching it every day, but like when it comes in terms of comedy rewatch, it's definitely up there for me.
And it's something easy you could throw on with the family or anything like that.
Exactly, it's one of those movies where you can zone in, zone out. Ideal. Cinematography, I give it a 2 just because I mean it's 2000 or early 2000, like beginning 2000s CGI. Like they're using fucking Pro Tools, like they're using it's whatever they're using After Effects. Like it's not super high budget, so it's like I don't expect like it's and with zombie movies it's all practical anyways. So it's like sure maybe I could give it a 3 since the zombies kind of look really disgusting and it kind of like puts you in the universe or whatever, like immerses you. But I'm good. If we'll keep it at 2.
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree with you 100% on all that. I really don't have much to add. We've covered it between the entirety of talking this episode and what you just went over there.
Yeah.
So, moral of the story: good movie, watch it. That brings it at a 15 out of 20, which is weirdly high for a comedy. But
yeah, I've had a 14 just because I dropped the cinematography.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. 14 out of 20. My math was off, but yeah, that's pretty much it. As usual, follow us on Instagram at the Staincast. Turn on post notifications. Stay tuned for Saturday where we post the question of the week and the teaser. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Turn on notifications. Ring that bell. Like, comment, subscribe. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Click that red bubble link in the Instagram bio to buy some merch.
Do it.
And I think that's it. DL, did I forget anything?
No. That sounds good to me. You talked about our YouTube, right? Subscribe to us on YouTube.
Yep.
Well, there you go.
All right. So then we will see you guys on... Oh, fuck me.
Next time an episode drops.
We'll see you guys next week for fucking Morbius.